In today's video, we'll be going over how to use the app MyFitnessPal for calorie tracking for weight loss or weight gain. It should only take 10 to 15 minutes a day to track your calories, and this is the most important step to take if you are struggling with weight loss or weight gain.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
So I'm using BlueStacks as an Android emulator to record this on my PC, but MyFitnessPal is going to operate the same as it will on your phone, so it'll look a little bit different here, but don't worry about it. And the first time you use MyFitnessPal, it takes you through a setup guide where you put in your height, your weight, your goals, and so forth. Just follow it. If you're a complete beginner, just do whatever it says, follow it, and then you'll get here. And the three areas to pay attention to in MyFitnessPal are the diary, the recipes, meals, recipes, and foods, and the nutrition section. Once in a while, you can visit the goals section. If you're more intermediate or advanced, you can go here and change your calories and your macros, but we'll get to that later. So the diary, let's go there. This is the heart of MyFitnessPal. You'll be spending most of your time here to log your food, and there's multiple ways to do that, so let's talk about that. First, just go to add food. Let me just show you. So you can search here for food. There's also the barcode scanner. The barcode scanner is pretty nifty, pretty helpful. If you bought something that's pre-packaged at a store, like chips or cookies or whatever you're eating, you can use the barcode scanner. It's very fast to scan that. Or you can search for things. So for example, if you were eating at a restaurant or a fast food chain, someplace that's pretty popular, there's a lot of them, you can type it in here. It's gonna be pretty common. So like McDonald's Egg Delight. I don't remember the name exactly, but Egg White Delight. That's what it was, Egg White Delight. So notice the calories are all pretty much the same. There's a lot of options, but they're all about 250, 250, 250, 250, 260. Not a big deal. Just pick one of these and just be done with it. Serving size, we're just having one sandwich. You don't need to change anything here. We'll get to when you might need to change it later on, but that's an example. Or let's just say lunch, you had a Chipotle burrito bowl. So Chipotle burrito bowl. And notice that, you know, there's chicken, steak, barbacoa, sofritas, a lot of options, but they're all roughly the same amount of calories. I want to point that out, that they're all about 600 calories. Once in a while, you get something weird, like a giant 1K calorie thing, and that could be because of a lot of sides or options. Don't pay too much attention to it. Just pick one of the ones that's going to be kind of standard. If you get a standard burrito bowl, don't overthink it and just get a standard burrito bowl here. So like chicken. Yeah, chicken burrito bowl, go ahead and just add that. Now, let's say you don't know exactly what you're eating. There's a few strategies to guesstimate here. Now, you could weigh and measure everything exactly, but that's time consuming, and also if you're at a restaurant, that's not practical. One thing you can do is visually estimate what you're eating and then Google for pictures and kind of teach yourself how to guesstimate the calories. So let's just say you're eating chicken breast and a baked potato. So let's just go in here, chicken breast, and chicken breast grilled. Let's say Foster Farms. I'm just picking Foster Farms because, yeah, grilled chicken breast. There it is. So how many ounces did you eat? Well, maybe you don't know because you didn't weigh it and you want to guesstimate it. So you can go online, Google for pictures for what does a 3-ounce chicken breast look like? What does a 6-ounce chicken breast look like? Take a look at those pictures and compare with what you see in front of you and how many ounces you think you have. You're not going to be exactly perfect, but this is a kind of like a practice drill to get better and better over time. And let's just say you think, you know what, this is closer to a 6-ounce chicken breast, but it's not quite there. So just say a 5-ounce. So let's go in here. For the serving size, you could do it by 4 and just do 1.25. But if you want to keep it simple, just change it to 1 ounce here. And then type out 5 ounces. So we think we had about 5 ounces of chicken breast, and you add that. Now let's just say you had the baked potato too. The baked potato, you do the same thing. You can Google for what does 100 grams of a baked potato look like. You can look up what does 100 calories of a baked potato look like. There's all kinds of ways to Google for pictures online to see what you're doing, but let's just pick medium baked potato here, 213 grams, 160 calories. Let's just say we think we actually did have a 120 gram potato. That's just like visually, we looked at it, we estimated it, we think it's about 120 grams. So boom, 90 calories. That's what you end up adding. Or let's just say you think you are eating 150 calories worth of potatoes, and you're just gonna have to kind of massage this number till it equals about 150. So let's just say 170. 170, that puts us at, nope, not enough. Let's bring it up to 200. And oh, perfect, 150 calories. So you add it like that. Again, guesstimating is not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna help you kind of get this skill to guesstimate calories when you're out and about and you're really busy. But let's just say you're at a restaurant and you don't want to add everything individually. So one of the things that you can do is you can guess the item and kind of search for it and pick out the calories from there. Just pick one of the higher calorie or lower calorie options. Let me give an example. So chicken burrito. Let's say you're out and about, you're eating a chicken burrito and you like some random place chicken burrito, you don't really know how much it is. Notice that the calorie counts for the burritos really varies. You can see like there's 800 calorie ones, 400, 500, 600. So just kind of scroll through these and notice what is the general calorie range for most of them. I think it's safe to say most range from 400 to 800, maybe even 900 calories. So even some of these are crazy, like 1,000 calorie plate. Like I'm looking at these, Chuy's and Chevy's a big chain restaurant and it comes with a lot of food. So if you're eating at a big chain restaurant that's got a giant burrito and with sides, then maybe you should pick the 1K or 1,200, 1,400 calorie burrito. Otherwise, if it's just a general burrito and you're not sure what size, what to pick, my general rule of thumb is if you're trying to lose weight, pick the burrito on the higher end of the calories and assume you're eating more calories than you think. So I would personally pick the like 800 calorie burrito. I'd pick one of those 800 calorie burritos like this one. If you are trying to gain weight, pick a burrito on the lower end of the calories, like the 400 calorie burritos, and assume you're not eating as many calories as you think. So you can apply this strategy to most of the foods that you will guesstimate, but let's just say I'm trying to lose weight. So I'm gonna pick the higher calorie burrito, and that way I have less room to kind of cheat myself and overeat by guesstimating incorrectly. Anyway, but just keep in mind that the more guesstimating you do, the less accurate your calories will be. And if you're stalling on weight loss or weight gain, then consider spending more time to get an accurate calorie count here. And finally, another way to use the diary section is the recipes. Right here, you can add recipes, but you have to make them first. I've made all my recipes, and let's go over there and take a look. So meals, recipes section. So in here, you can see all my recipes. These are my meal preps, and you can find all my meal preps at dominationtime.com/meal prep. This is, they're very cheap. They're like $1 to $2 each, and they freeze well. And the chicken marinara wraps is one of my favorite recipes. It is calorie light and delicious, freezes well. Right here, chicken marinara wraps at the bottom. So again, all my meal preps are available for free if people want to grab them. But either way, if you find yourself cooking a lot, then creating a recipe makes complete sense. So let's create the chicken marinara wrap recipe from scratch. So let's go up here to the plus. I already know what all the ingredients are, so I'm just gonna enter them manually. And let's make the title. This is the second one I'm doing just for this video. So chicken marinara wraps 2. And for the serving size, how many servings are we making? Well, I happen to know how many servings I will make. It's gonna be 12 because I make all my meal prep recipes in convenient Costco numbers because I like to cook in large batches and freeze them. So 12 is just the magic number for that. But let's just say you don't know the portion sizes, like you're making something saucy like pasta or a casserole. You really don't know how many meals it's gonna make. Just guess how many meals it will make, then evaluate it over the next week or two as you eat them, and adjust the recipe for round 2. So for example, if you think you'll make 6 meals, then just put down 6 for the servings here. Put down 6. and then check your logs throughout the weeks to see how many meals of that did you really eat. So for example, if you ate 8 meals, then come back here and adjust it later. So the calorie portions will be better. But anyway, so let's go back to servings 12, and now let's start adding ingredients. It is 12 because the burritos come in 12s. So a pack of 12. So let's add these. The burrito tortillas. Notice 300 calories. I'm just walking you guys through this in my mind. 300 calories for one tortilla. That is a lot. Anyway, we're making 12. We're putting 12 in here. So 12 tortillas. All right, next one. We have Kirkland marinara sauce. Normally I would use a barcode scanner because that'd be a lot faster, but I can't because I'm on my PC. But anyway, so serving size, we're going to do 3.5 cups. So I'm going to change the serving size. Instead of half a cup, I'm going to do the 1 cup. I could do 7 half cups or just make the math easy and just do, 3.5. See, talking and typing is hard, guys. Next up is going to be mozzarella cheese. Again, it's Kirkland. Low moisture mozzarella cheese. I already know what the title is because I saved it off to the side, because I'll use the barcode scanner. The barcode scanner makes this so much faster. Anyway, so for the cups, we're doing 3 cups. So let me change it to a convenient number. So do cups, 3 cups. Add this in there, and then we're going to add in the chicken. So Foster Farms chicken breast. Foster Farms chicken breast, and it's gonna be 28 ounces. So 28, save, put it in there. Just take a quick note here. Let's do a quick sanity check. Notice at the bottom, 12 servings, 500 calories each. That sounds about right. Just take a moment to look at your recipe and appreciate where all the calories are coming from. I want to point out that for this particular marinara wrap, a huge source of calories is the tortilla itself. It's kind of shocking, actually. Like, more than half the calories come from the tortilla. So notice that the chicken breast, calorie light, the sauce, calorie light, and cheese is not that calorie light. It's a little bit on the calorie dense side. But notice that it's very low calorie. Chicken breast, an organic marinara sauce, or just marinara sauce in general. So that's always one of the things that's going through my mind as I'm making recipes. I'm looking at, if I'm trying to lose weight, where are most of the calories coming from? Can I substitute something? If I'm trying to gain weight, where can I pack in more calories and swap out for calorie dense substitutes? Anyway, the calories here are slightly off from the original recipe I showed earlier. That's okay. It's off by like 10, 20 calories. That's not that big of a deal. The chicken breast, I think, is a different entry than the original one that I used, but it's close enough. Honestly, MyFitnessPal is a calorie estimator. Your TDE, or your total daily energy expenditure, is just an estimate also, and we will never be 100% accurate. So off by 10 or 20 calories is nothing. Anyway, so you just click on that and we click save. So let's just save and log it, for example. And again, do a sanity check here. 500 calories sounds about right, and the split for the macros sounds about right to me too. If you're a beginner and you don't understand macro splits and you can't read this, don't worry about that. Eventually you will become a Jedi master when it comes to macros, calories, tracking, all that stuff. So we'll just save it and log it. Let's just for kicks, we'll put it for dinner. And check mark, done. Okay, so that's diary. That is the recipes. Let's take a look now at nutrition. Nutrition is, in this section, you can see your calories and your macros breakdown. So for example, let's look at a real log from a few days ago. So you can see here where your calories coming from. I do basically a form of intermittent fasting where I just skip breakfast and I put more of my calories towards lunch and dinner. This is my pre-workout snack, and I have a big dinner after my Twitch streams, and I go to bed feeling full and feeling great. So that is the calories section. It is pretty useful, pretty nice. And then you look at the macros section. This is even more useful. For the macro section, pay attention to your carbs, protein, and fat. If you're trying to hit certain goals, certain macro goals, then this is a good place to see if you're hitting your goals or not. This is more advanced and not necessary for beginners, but for weight loss, honestly, your macros are not very important. Total calories is much more important, and as you get the hang of calorie counting, I do recommend learning to pay attention to your macros, because again, over time that does make a bigger difference. Anyway, speaking of becoming more advanced, let's go look at goals. Now again, as a beginner, you really don't need to go in here and mess with this. Once you get more comfortable and you understand what you want to do for your calories and whatnot, you can come here and set your own calorie goals. You go to calorie and macronutrient goals right here and set your calorie goals. So let's just say for me, I know exactly how active I am and know exactly how low of calories I can tolerate for weight loss. So you can come in here and set yourself. I know for me, I can go fairly low and make it sustainable. I can go down to like 1800 when I'm cutting down. And that's my threshold, where if I eat below this, I know I'm gonna feel really miserable really fast. It's not sustainable. So 1800 is a good goal. And for my macros, I've calculated them to be about 200 grams carbs, 140 grams protein, and 50 grams of fat. So this is just my own calculation. So I'm gonna go in here. This is, by the way, you go to, just click anywhere on the macros, and it brings this up. So I'm gonna set my macros to be roughly 200 grams of carbs, roughly 140 grams of protein. This is kind of, there's no easy in the middle ground, but I'll just do 135 grams. Not that big of a deal. And then the last, fat, 50 grams, that's exactly what I was going for. So I'm a little bit short on the protein, not a big deal, because again, this is not going to be super precise. If you're a couple grams above or below, it doesn't really matter in the big scheme of things. Anyway, my calories are set, and that's about it. So that's a quick tutorial on how to use MyFitnessPal when you are a beginner. For more tips on weight loss, weight gain, or general fitness, subscribe and follow me on my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TominationTime. I do live streams in my home gym on weekday nights, and where I do live Q&A for diet and fitness questions. And check out my website also, my website, TominationTime.com. You can see my meal prep recipes that are cheap, tasty, and freezable. So I will see you guys in the next stream.